Hello, everyone. I hope we've had an awesome week, and I'm sorry I haven't been uploading as much as I have. And like I said, full transparency always. I was actually going to do something just to make up for the time that I had spent away from YouTube. I was feeling a bit lazy, so I was going to use ChatGPT to write me a script for this video, but I just thought to myself, I'm like, nah, even if people might not notice, but I would know. And I always said I was going to be transparent and make this as natural as possible. So, yeah. So, forgive me if sometimes I go off the script I have in my head and it sounds as if I'm rambling. So, today's video is me explaining how I got this particular picture. For me, my style, I found, has developed into something that is slightly reminiscent of Rembrandt's style and all the classical masters. At least I try to get something close to that. I prefer pictures to have this dark, moody vibes. I like playing with shadows and lights, one source of light or two, because I've always been more of an outdoor street photography, something that happens in the moment, like a candid documentary photographer, which I always felt very comfortable with. I always felt very tensed up and I felt a lot of anxiety trying to use flash or light, so I just stayed away from it. But the older you get, you're just like, nah, face your fears. And I know most people always feel like that when you pick up a camera, like, okay, this is getting too complicated for me. But I know if you take your time, there is no perfect solution. And I know probably when you watch other YouTubers explaining to you, you have to do this, you have to have this kind of camera, you have to have so and so light set up and everything, it could be a bit discouraging. So trust me, I've been in photography for wow, over a decade or more. And the excuse I used to give, even when I did weddings, then I did a couple of weddings and everything, and people ask me, where's your flash, where's your softbox and everything, and I used to go with the I'm a natural light photographer. It was an excuse, and no disrespect to natural light photographers, but I used to use the excuse because I did not know how to use flash or lights and everything. But over the years, I kept learning, watching videos, and I decided, okay, it's time to take the plunge and just do something. But my advice is probably start with constant lights. That way you can, what you see is what you get, and you just kind of play around with it. You'll be able to move the lights back and forth at this particular angle, that particular angle, so that way you could actually say, oh, okay, this is what I can get if the light is positioned here. Then when you feel more comfortable, you can now go into flashes and strobes and everything. So eventually you'll just get used to it, but my advice, just keep trying. So yeah, like I said in one of my videos, I'm starting my photography journey all over again, because yeah, I've been in photography for over a decade, but I stopped and I diverted into something else, but now I'm back. So starting over again, and we know the state of the world right now, everything is expensive, but to God be the glory, I was able to get one or two things, and which is helping me get amazing images. So for equipment, what did I use for this photo shoot? Let's see, I used a constant light. I'll put the model up here. I used a parabolic softbox, which was like, I think it's a 90-inch or 120. It's not any of these big name brands, but it does the job. and everything. I got it from a guy in Lagos in Nigeria here. His name is OK Japan. Yeah, I know Japan in Lagos, but trust me, when it comes to getting anything for photography or photography needs, you can actually get it from him. He's like the OG of camera equipment in Nigeria. He's been here for a while. I know this is not a sponsored video. He's just an amazing man, and yeah, you can get all your photography needs from him. So yeah, constant light, 90-inch or 120-inch parabolic softbox, a D700, a Nikon D700, a 50mm 1.8 lens, and a reflector. Yeah, that was all I used. So the person that I used as my model, she's a hairdresser that came to make my wife's hair and my daughter's hair. For me to kind of achieve the look that I wanted, I turned off all the ambient lights. I closed all the curtains, so there was really no light coming in. So I took a test shot, and she had not even done her hair properly then. So that was when I got this, but it was a bit too dark for me. I wanted a bit of light on the right side of her face also. So I was like, okay. I now opened one of the curtains on her right, which is my camera left. Just let's in a bit of light. It was still a bit too dark for me, and so I now give an opportunity. Okay, you can go and straighten your hair and do your face, anything you want to do. But I know she has no makeup. She should just wash her face and brush her hair. Then I got my son to help me hold the reflector, so the light coming from the constant light on her left would reflect on the reflector and give a bit of light on her right, so it won't be too dark, but I would still have that dark moody vibe. And yeah, I forgot, my backdrop is just a black paper background, so that's why behind her is just dark. I kind of have preference for that, because when I use the lights, it kind of gives me that dark moody vibe, because the black background won't reflect the light onto her, so it gives me that look that I'm going for. So my son was helping me with the reflector. Awesome dude. He's not really into photography like his dad, or my daughter is, but I got him to help. So yeah, so that was how I was able to get this pictures that you can see and everything. So it turned out really well. That was it, and in like less than 10 minutes I was done, and it wasn't anything planned. It was just quick. It was unplanned. It was impromptu. It was just an opportunity for me to make content, and I was able to get this. So it just shows what you can achieve if you put your mind to it, and with a bit of practice. Even me that I've been at this for a decade, I still feel as if I'm not the best photographer. I still have to keep practicing, because I think I heard this a long time ago, that you're only as good as the last picture that you took. I don't know how true that is, but that's how I feel sometimes. So I always have to get myself to practice. So I hope this wasn't too boring for you guys, but please tell me how I did in the comments for this has been my first instructional video. Definitely, I'm sure it's going to get better, but yeah, so that's it. So please like, subscribe, share, and have a blessed weekend ahead. And yeah, thank you.